Good morning. It is October the 17th, Thursday, 2029, 2019. All right. So what are we looking at here? Well, first of all, let me say, Friday. Friday will be tomorrow. Hope everybody getting some game time in over the weekend. It's going to be a glorious weekend. A little hot for me, but it's going to be not all right. I'm looking to get some barbecuing in and some game time. And Captain Dave from the Centurion's Review, he's getting married on Saturday. So I would like to wish you good luck. I've managed to stay married to the same person my entire adult life. We've had to be apart for long stretches at times, and I'm sure that contributed to the happy marriage we have. But the last few years we've been together basically all the time, and I'm a big fan of the institution of marriage. So, good luck to you. What are we looking at here? We're looking at the game. Man, you can see it right here, but it's right there. Reconquista. It's the from Hot Dog Games. It's self-explanatory. What is it? It's about La Reconquista. Well, what is the Reconquista? Well, let me give you a little background in case you don't know. In 410, in a famous date, esta fecha 24 de Augusto, 410 AD, 24th of August, the Visigoths sacked Rome. And so, basically, to get the Visigoths from being a problem, the Romans gave them the Iberian Peninsula, which loosely encompasses what is Spain and Portugal today, España, Portugal. So, and they told them, hey, rule it for us. And the Visigoths, believe it or not, took that kind of seriously. Many of them started wearing togas, adopting Roman dress, dropping Germanic ways in a lot of ways, with the exception of they kept on fighting. They didn't become one unified people. They fought each other. They different principalities and kingdoms sprung up and arose. And then in 711, Muslims from North Africa, the Umayyad Caliphate, decided they were going to invade. They were even helped by, legend has it, by a Visigoth ruler that wanted his enemies taken care of. Within 5 years, the Caliphate had taken over the Iberian Peninsula and was threatening up in France. What was it? 720, the French thing didn't work out. And in the meantime, while they're preoccupied in France, a nobleman up north decided to rebel against the Caliphate and the Muslim rule of the Iberian Peninsula. And this began La Reconquista de España. This probably, arguably, may be the seminal moment in Western history. Certainly the most important thing in Spanish history, and arguably the most important thing in all of Western history. This is where the Crusade started, really and truly. This is where Spain was formed as a people. They were formed as a people through this. And it took about 800 years. The famous date that the last of the Muslims was expelled from the Iberian Peninsula was in 1492. Ferdinand and Isabella. We all understand that date because Colomb sailed the ocean blue in 1492. Columbus sailed the ocean blue. And that's why he's going to Ferdinand and Isabella. They have, for better or for worse, became the world power, the power of Europe for sure. And this is the story of that battle, that war, that period. Better part of 1,000 years, 800 years of fighting, back and forth. Great story. And it's told in this game here. And I was going to give you a review of it. So, I'll start off with what I don't like about the game. What don't I like about the game? Well, there's not a lot of strategy in the game once you get into it. You can see what you need to do, and there's not a lot of nuance, but there wasn't a lot of nuance in the Dark Ages and Middle Ages up into the Renaissance either. It's a solitaire game, solitaire only. I like solitaire games. I'm a fan of them. Problem with that is the AI is going to do silly things. And the other thing I don't like about it is, as much as I love this period of history, I look at this as being part of my history as well. Those of you that don't know, my hometown's kind of Quito, Ecuador, and while that's not Latin, it is Latino, which I look at myself culturally as being, despite the way I speak and despite my acento de gringos when I speak Spanish. Despite those things, my culture is wrapped up in South America, and we've learned about La Reconquista for all of our lives. What I do like about the last thing I don't like about the game is it's not a sim. It's just not. It's not a simulation whatsoever. It can't be. You're talking about almost 1,000 years. So, the simulation quality is just not there. It's just too simple of a game. The rules are overly simple, somewhat. But what I do like about it, I do like the game. I like it a lot. I played this last night. I thought I lost 2 times before I came in and finally got a nominal victory the third play. So, but what I do like about the game, it catches the time period in large swaths. It's like I said, it's not a sim. It's very hard to sim that long of a period, and if you do, it's going to be long and drawn out. But it catches the time period in large swaths, and it catches the feel of it. It's very thematic. Thematically, you're going to be dealing with a lot of random events, the rebellions table. So it's going to be a lot of die rolling, a lot of random event things. I do like the die rolling. It can be plus and a minus, but it does come up a lot of randomness. As you can see, the white is the fuerzo, the Spanish forces, if you will, and the black is the Muslim forces. So you start out the game. This is the starting out setup. You're gonna be back to the wall. Other thing I like about it, it's just the theme, just the thematic of it. You've got El Cid in here. You've got, the Pope's army coming in. The Crusaders, early Crusaders. You've got the French coming in. You've got rebellions happening. You're trying to switch cities. You've got sieges. I love how they did the sieges. The sieges, all the combat's done and over with, and then you go into your combat phase, then you go into the siege phase, which is taken care of in a different way. Love the sieges. They're very abstract, but it's a good way to look at it and what we're dealing with. It can be brutal. It can end very quickly. Usually it will. If you're going to get beat, you're usually going to get beat within the first, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 turns maybe. But once you get, you'll feel it in that game. You'll feel once you start getting there. There's a point where you know that you're going to be able to win, just a matter of time. And so, how well are you going to win? You're going to feel that. You're going to feel that as you're building your armies up. You have several setups. Love that about the game. You got different years to set up. You set up in, there you go, 800, set up in 876. So you can set it up. It's scales like that, so you can set up when you want to. Try to play and win. Counters, very good counters. I guess they're hot dog games. It's hot dog games, man. They always seem a little expensive to me for whatever reason, but I end up buying them, and I'm never disappointed with them. This is designed by David Kershaw, same feller that did Vietnam Solitaire, amongst others. So it's a good game. Highly recommend it. Wish that more people knew about it and played it. If you come across it, pick it up. If you're anyhow interested in La Reconquista de España, then you would like this game. You just would. Like, it's another thing I don't honestly care for too much is the map. The map's functional, but Barcelona.